when you were playing the character in Queer, the costuming is so important.
The underwear. Let's talk about the underwear.
Let's talk about.
Well, I mean, what we're going to do? We're going to be in a kind of like thong. You can pull it in. Well, that's a bit of an anachronism, isn't it? It's like a Calvin Klein thong. The brilliant J.W. Anderson, who did the costumes in the movie, made a decision very early on that we weren't going to try and recreate the suits because however well you made them, and they would be brilliantly made, they wouldn't look like they had a life and were lived in. So we used original Brooks Brothers suits from the period, which had real history in them.
It's not a bad idea. I was impressed by the underwear and the shoes. I'll move on from underwear.
No, let's talk about underwear. I'm so happy. They were great. Jonathan laughs about it because he wasn't sure I was going to wear them. And then it was my idea to get the garters for the socks because I just felt they were so in keeping. And I just thought trousers down. And actually, there's some really beautiful photographs of Burroughs and his lover lying in bed in that underwear, wearing suspenders on his socks,
really?
Which is so. I kind of wanted to recreate that image. Luca Guadagnino contacted me and said, "I've got this project," and I was desperate to work with him. So I actually didn't think twice about it and didn't really care what it was. And then he presented me with this, and here we are. It happened very quickly. We met in New York, and about 6 months later, we were shooting. I hadn't read the book, but I did read the book. I'd read Junkie years ago by Burroughs, so I kind of knew of him, and I knew, he was certainly on my radar, but I hadn't read Queer. But it's a very short book. It's an unfinished story, so it's a very quick read. Ultimately, the Mexico City that's in the movie doesn't exist anymore. And also, this is a figment of Burroughs' imagination, and Luca wanted to make something that felt classically Hollywood. We were using all the kind of old techniques. So all the street scenes are in studio. Some of it's on the back lot, false perspective. So the movie has a feeling that you're in this sort of fever dream. Burroughs took a lot of drugs, and so that we wanted to make sure you understood that from the outset.
What was the first job you booked?
It was a John G. Avildsen movie in Zimbabwe called The Power of One in 1991. I went straight from drama school and was baptized by fire on a movie. I'd never been on a movie set before.
Did you like to audition?
I'm terrible at it. I mean, literally, Sam Mendes just laughs when he thinks about the audition I did for Road to Petition. I flew to Chicago and sat with him in his office in Chicago and read for him, and he just went, "Stop! You've got the job!" It's like, I kind of did it. I was so bad he had to give me the job. I think I was just a bit lazy back then. Now I love the process and I can get into it and then get the discussion going. One of the things I suppose about working with any director or director wants to work with an actor is, can you be in the same room as each other for, prolonged periods of time, whether they're assholes or not. Or you're an asshole, I don't know whichever.
Who did you have a crush on growing up?
Faye Dunaway, Little Big Man.
Little Big Man? That's so weird.
I'm quite weird.
Not
we can really get into this, how weird I am.
Not Bonnie and Clyde, not Network.
I probably identified with Dustin Hoffman.
There's a bath scene.
Exactly. Well, there you go. You just answered the question.
Ah.
She's giving him a bath.
Do you get starstruck?
Yes.
Actors,
anybody. I mean,
musicians?
just anybody. Anybody who's slightly famous, I get starstruck and lose the ability to speak or get verbless. I mean, meeting Steven Spielberg for the first time was quite something. I told him a really, really, really dirty joke, and he just went. He'd already cast me in Munich, so it was fine. I think he forgave me.
Have you ever lied about something you know how to do to get a part?
Fucking hell.
What's like
just about everything. I still am. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, it was always horses. They always used to give me the slowest horse on movies because they realized I was just terrible, so I still am.
What's your secret skill?
I cook, but it sort of tends to be 70s bistro food, like sort of coq au vin and things like. It's like plenty of and lots of people. So that's, I don't do subtle. I can't bake because I've got no patience because you've got to measure things and I can't. It's just terrible. Everything just ends up like a rock. So no, not really. I don't have any skills.
What sign are you?
We were in LA. Someone was going to ask me this eventually. I'm Pisces.
And what are Pisces like?
I don't know. I mean, they swim in different directions. Isn't that one thing?
Yes.
That's one thing. They're kind. I don't know. I have no idea. I love the sea, yes.
That's
you're going to ask me to read something.
How
the fuck am I going to read anything? I'm blind as a bat. Can I borrow someone's glasses? Someone's cool glasses. Okay. This newly developing project will be a marathon, not a sprint. Mm-hmm. Consider the usefulness of music. Oh, Maybe karaoke. Maybe this is in my future.
Let's sing then.
Consider, no, none of us want that.